So Naoya Inoue just dominated Alan Picasso in another 12-round unanimous decision victory, tying the record for Larry Holmes for making 4 Ring Magazine title defenses in a calendar year. Again, this was, as expected, a pretty dominant performance from Naoya Inoue. Those of you who know about Naoya Inoue and knew about this fight was probably expecting a pretty dominant win. Of course, Naoya Inoue, he's the monster, so he always wants to get his opponent out of there. Alan Picasso proved that, just a touch too tricky and a bit too tough and a bit too live for Naoya Inoue to get out of there, but there's no shame in that. Alan Picasso did come to fight and again was able to, at times, even land on Naoya Inoue, but Naoya Inoue is such a smothering force. He doesn't allow you to get any momentum going. So even if you land a punch on him, by the time you've landed that punch and sort of registered that punch has landed, he's already hit you with 4 more punches. And it's almost as if that punch never even landed. And unless you knock him out, he's not going to stop, right? And no one's been able to knock him out, so he's not stopped, right? And Naoya Inoue completely ran through Alan Picasso. Like I said, even though Picasso landed a couple of good shots, Inoue's pressure is just far too much. He's just unrelenting, just always moving forward, always throwing punches, and that takes its toll on an opponent. It does, even at this high level, because Naoya Inoue is only fighting high-level guys at this point. Even a high-level guy like Alan Picasso and Akhmadaliev, these guys were at the top of the division, undefeated contenders. Akhmadaliev wasn't, but Picasso's an undefeated contender, and Naoya Inoue broke his spirit. And you could tell that by the championship rounds, Picasso had hardly anything left, and Naoya Inoue was almost just playing with him. Picasso has enough technical ability to stay in the fight for the 11th and 12th round, but he's shot, not shot to bits, but he's absolutely gassed, and he's only purely relying on his technique and his ability to keep his hands up. Is the only reason why he's still in that fight at that point. Because if he was a guy who was in a bit worse shape and couldn't keep his hands up, Naoya Inoue would have got him out of there, because Naoya Inoue wasn't stopping and he was still throwing bombs all throughout the fight. So a great performance from Naoya Inoue. Happy to see him get another win, and it's going to be another huge year for him in 2026. I don't think he'll be quite as active. I mean, I hope he is, but to keep up that sort of level of activity, having 4 title defenses in one calendar year, you got to think he's going to struggle to keep up that sort of level, especially if he's planning on fighting Nakatani in 2026, and if he wants to move up to featherweight too, then there's going to be unlikely he's going to be able to keep that sort of schedule. But nonetheless, Naoya Inoue deserves all the accolades, and rightfully so, was our fighter of the year at the Lonely Stoner podcast. But we made that even before this fight even took place. We said this guy's going to beat Alan Picasso, he's going to be fighter of the year, and that's exactly what he did. And that's what Naoya Inoue always does. He always, meets expectations, because he's not a boxer that lets you down. Even, in fights like this where, okay, he didn't get the knockout, but he dominated this dude. Did Alan Picasso even win a round? Naoya Inoue shut him out and put a beating on him. So, there'll be people that hate on Naoya Inoue if they say, well, he couldn't get him out of there. Okay, no, he didn't. Sorry that he can't knock out every single person that ever steps in the ring with him. Sorry. Does that not make him great? To some people, maybe not. But to me, that doesn't matter. Because it's not like you're not knocking these dudes out and that's your only path to victory. If Naoya Inoue can't knock you out, he will just beat you up for 12 rounds. And that's exactly what he does. Right? It's not like he's a Deontay Wilder where his only route to victory is knocking you out because he can't outbox you. Naoya Inoue will put a pace on you and outbox anyone that, do you know what I mean? Will outbox anyone out of these divisions. And he's been doing that for years now. But yeah, there's not a great deal to even say about this fight, because what can you say? Naoya Inoue went out there and dominated him, moved to him, put his punches together, ate a punch here and there where he had to, but was undeterred, wasn't rocked, wasn't really hurt, and was able to execute the game plan, damn near perfectly. So, what criticism can you really have of Naoya Inoue? What can you really say? Another routine title defense. He's rightfully, deserved fighter of the year in my opinion. And, I don't know what's next for Alan Picasso. Maybe he'll fight one of Naoya Inoue's other former ex-victims. I don't know. Akhmadaliev, TJ Doheny, Lewis Neri. I don't know who's out there. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the fight. Do you think that, it was a routine performance from Naoya Inoue, or was you expecting Naoya Inoue to stop Alan Picasso, or were you one of the few people out there that thought Alan Picasso maybe could have got an upset there? Let me know what you guys thought of the fight, and what do you think next for Naoya Inoue? I think obviously we're all expecting the Nakatani fight to get made, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.